Welcome everybody to the first episode of the Fast Lane podcast. It's your host, Game Over Tapes, aka Facu, which is an amazing name if you ask me, not gonna lie.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty cool. And I'm here with my guest, Josh, aka Jaz, aka Jazzative.
Hello.
He's the guy that helped me make the Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 video. Like, it's been kind of a nightmare putting it together. In the end, it worked out really good. And like, dude, we've been working on that since like the beginning of this year.
Yeah, like early this year, and like it probably even spans further back, but yeah, it's been a long time in the making.
Yeah, and like, it's funny that you mentioned that because like as soon as I'm starting the podcast, there's a couple of cars revving up outside my house.
They know, man. They know.
Yeah, there's a takeover happening in the corner of my house.
Takeover. Let's go.
Like, man, I wanted to talk about Need for Speed Most Wanted 2 for a bit because like that topic is really interesting on itself, and I've been getting a lot of comments that are really like the reception of the game among the people has been really polarizing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, some people would have loved to see this version of the game, but others say it would have sucked or it would have been worse.
Yeah, some really believe in like because of the weapons and the fact that we don't know what direction they would have taken the story. I mean, we do kind of know to an extent, but yeah, it's like on either end, it's like there's really no way that both parties would have been like, yeah, this is good. So it's like no matter what, it would have been a losing battle. But I think the game that we got in the end was, as much as it would have been a more interesting game to get like the weapons and the return of the story, I think we got a better game in the end because it's just pure racing. I mean, not the takedowns, but
yeah, it has that Criterion DNA in all of its veins, you know?
Yeah.
It's a really fantastic game at the end of the day. It's iconic to me, and it gives me such nice memories.
Oh yeah, very, very nostalgic game. Which is weird to say because it's like, it's weird to think that it's been over 12, actually, it's about to be 12 years since it came out, which is crazy.
Yeah, dude, I got a comment saying like, what the fuck do you mean there's like more than 10 years since the game released?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like, yeah, bro, I have to break it to you, but it's been a while. It's been a while. But like, I can get how jarring can it be, like, playing Most Wanted 2005 and going to Most Wanted 2 with the weapons and all that. It has to be jarring.
Yeah, it would have been very jarring, and like, it would have made sense from like Criterion's perspective because they're taking what they did from the previous game with Help Us Shoot and applying that to an open world. But eventually, a lot of those ideas that didn't end up in the game ended up going to Rivals, which is basically like the Help Us Shoot sequel anyway. So it's like everything, not everything, but most things kind of made their way from those concepts to another game in the end of the day.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, Rivals was basically Hot Pursuit 3.
Yeah, basically.
But, like, I would have loved to try... Maybe I can do that. I have Xenia Canary on my Xbox. Maybe I can, like, give Most Wanted 2 a shot because I really want to try it. And, what I liked the most was the aesthetic. Yeah,
they really had the vibe down, like, on point. Like, it pretty much was, like... It's like I would even argue even more gritty than the original Most Wanted, like with the fact that it had like rain and stuff like that. I'm like although I don't know how my console, I don't know any like the 360 and PS3 would have handled that because it looked like and that's probably why it was cut from the end of the day.
No, I could just picture my Xbox just like leaving a trail of smoke.
Yeah, just leaving just tons of smoke.
Yeah, that like it's crazy to me that, as you said, it's way more gritty than the first one because looking at the concepts and at the menus and all that, it looks really eerie. It looks really creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's darker. I'm trying to find a new synonym.
Gotta get this, yeah. Yeah, you got to get the thesaurus out for that.
Yeah, it's just like it looked like a completely different game. The final game was more glossy, you know?
Yeah, it was more so just about like, it's like let's just like drive cars and like crash.
Yeah, and Crash.
That's really just all it was.
I mean, it's not like Most Wanted 2 wasn't about crashing into people, but there was like a plot behind it. Whereas the final game, it's like there's no rhyme or reason. It's just about driving, and that's it.
Yeah, and I've seen people like I don't get this. Like, this should have been a Burnout game with licensed cars, and I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's like I understand people thinking early on like, oh, this was supposed to be a Burnout game because like everything kind of points to that, but obviously ever since those leaks happened, it's been very clear that obviously we were gonna get a very different game.
Yeah, and like to take down cameras, like that's insane to me. Like, I think it would have been cool, but it would have gotten tiring after a while.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like the best example of that is like Payback when they implemented the takedown cameras. Like, I mean, eventually, I don't know if it was a feature already in the game or if they added it later on. But like I'm just glad that there was an option to turn it off because it was cool for like the first few times, and afterwards it was just like, okay, we get it. I crashed into someone, and now they're doing like 10 backflips.
I didn't know you could toggle off takedown cameras in Payback.
Yeah, because they must have realized like people are gonna get tired of this fast. Like we only did this for the E3 presentation. Like,
Dude, like I have like 36 hours in Payback, I think, and I think 20 of those hours are like takedown cameras.
oh yeah, no question, a whole day of takedown cameras.
I wish there was a way to do a compilation of like me just looking at the takedown cameras for like 20 hours.
Yeah, just like you in like the bottom right corner, just like just reacting, no reaction.
Live reaction.
Yeah, live reaction to takedown cameras.
Because literally, I was like, holy shit at first. And then I was like, oh, yeah, please let me drive.
Oh, please, just let me drive. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I've got some great comments. And there are those comments that are like, fuck EA or fuck Criterion. And I'm like,
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, like, I don't know, like, pick a side of who was to blame.
Well, I mean, people are gonna pick sides at the end of the day, but it's like, obviously it's very easy to pick on EA because it's EA, but, we don't know whose decision it was at the end of the day. It's like Criterion could have easily been like, so we're not messing with this concept anymore. Let's make something else, or yeah, we'll never really know unless some developer comes out and talks about it. But I imagine there's probably still NDAs about it as long as they're still working at the company.
Yeah, true. Like, I would love to interview a Criterion developer from that era and to ask them sorry about that. To ask them stuff about NFS Most Wanted 2, or any other project for that matter.
Yeah, because it's like, I think that the thing I want to know is if there was anything more to the story, because it's pretty bare bones, but it's like you can kind of guess where they would have taken it. But that's probably like the only thing. Maybe there's some other gameplay ideas and stuff like that they probably never, that are probably still like not public knowledge yet. But yeah, I don't know how you would even get in contact with them though. Like it's like how do I talk to you?
There has to be a portfolio floating around on the internet about NFS Most Wanted 2 somewhere.
Yeah, there has to be more stuff, but like at the moment, like the only stuff that's been coming out is like, we've pretty much seen everything there is from the builds that are floating out there. But there could easily be some hidden stuff that are still in those builds that we just don't know about. But I think for the most part, we've like, I shouldn't say we, but like they have uncovered.
Yeah. Like, fuck it, Razor's back.
Razor's back and you gotta kill him.
You gotta kill him to get his car.
You gotta kill him to get his car. I love that video.
I find it like hilarious, like all those Need for Speed Most Wanted 2 or 2019, 2020, 2021 concepts. They still have Racer driving his Mustang from like
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah, it's like, would he still even have that car?
Would he still be even
Actually,
into racing?
would he still be into? Maybe he got in it. Maybe he got into some other hobbies. Um, but like, actually, I could be Mandela affecting myself right now, but I'm pretty sure you can see his Mustang in the final cutscene, like in the background, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's there.
Most Wanted 2?
No, not Most Wanted 2, in the original Most Wanted.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? Like they were actually bringing him
Nah,
back?
nah. What's good? That what's good? Like brand new information, guys. I just found it today. Now
You heard it first here, folks.
you heard it here, guys.
But like, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, shit, didn't they like canonically kill off Sergeant Cross in Heat?
Well, they imply it, but it's like, it is the Need for Speed universe. They can do whatever they want. They could bring him back. But yeah, there's like a memorial bridge in Heat, but it's like, they could go back on that if they wanted to.
Yeah, for sure. Or like Cross's son is back for revenge.
Cross's son. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I will have to like get one of those builds in the cutting room floor because I really want to try those. Like looking at the weapons.
Yeah, they had a bunch of wacky, like they were like wacky. Like they had like oil slicks, which is like, I feel like that's a pretty funny callback to like the original Miss Wanted. With the fact that it's like, oh, you left your oil, there's an oil slick at the start.
Oh my god, yeah.
I feel like that was a callback to that, but it's also just a really like, it would have been an interesting weapon to use, and like seeing like the cop cars like behind you just like spin out and like crash into traffic and stuff like that. Like, yeah, they had some cool weapons.
It's hilarious because when I was looking at the footage you sent me where you were using the weapons on the cops, like I didn't see the oil slicks. I would just hear I would hear that noise, like...
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's like I don't know the actual name of it, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be some sort of like oil substance that like... Yeah.
It was a thermal thing.
What else?
Thermal paste.
Yeah, the
something.
thermal vision. Yeah, thermal paste.
Or something like that.
Defeat your enemies with thermal paste. But like, yeah, that would have been like probably used in like missions to like hunt down people who are like, you trace them down with their tire tracks or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was a dust storm as well. Like you can create like dust storms. I'm like, okay, my console would have just exploded if I activated that on screen. Like the FPS would have tanked. Yeah, trying to render every single particle.
Like, it's stupid? Like, the dust storm mechanic reminds me a lot of that gif of Drake, just like the robot Drake just squirting Sprite. God. That shit is... It reminds me of that.
Oh my god. But yeah,
the mines.
I'm trying to think, but yeah, this one's...
Yeah, the mines. Just completely off the wall. Like, Hot Pursuit had, like, I would say for the most part, or not even for the most part, they were all like pretty grounded weapons. Like they had EMPs, spike strips, jammers,
turbo.
Oh, turbo! When you said that, I was like, it just sounded to me like you were going, what? Wait, you say? And then you said, and then I was like, oh, turbo, yeah. There was no turbo. There was no turbo in any of the. I think out of all the returning weapons, I think the only one that returned from Hot Pursuit was the spike strips.
Wasn't the jammer in there too?
I don't think so. Or if it was, I think it was only in text form, maybe? Actually, no, I think jammer was in there, yeah. Although I don't know if... Wait, did Racers and Hot Pursuit have spike strips?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think those are the only two. I don't think anything else made it. I don't think they had EMPs.
Right, they didn't. Like, I was gonna say they have double the weapons. Technically, yes.
Yeah, or easily. Yeah, easily. There was, I remember I saw I think I saw like someone they added, or they were trying to add like the weapons back into the modern, like the final game, and I'm like, if I see that in multiplayer, I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna be screaming.
Multiplayer with those weapons would have been like actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean there was that capture the flag mode, which would have been cool. Actually, I think someone did bring back spike strips into multiplayer, which became a problem apparently. So they had to figure out a mod for people to use to kind of counteract that, which is like crazy to me. The fact that they actually managed to bring back spike strips. I mean, that's probably the least intensive weapon. So that's probably why they were able to bring it back, because it was probably still somewhat intact. Unlike the dust storm or the oil slicks or the other stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, you reminded me of like, there was a guy in the comments that was saying, "Oh, I'm doing a mod, like a Most Wanted 2 mod for Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, and this video has been amazing help." And I was like, "What?
What?
This guy's cooking? He's cooking something."
He's cooking, bro. He's cooking.
But yeah, holy shit! Like, I'm interested in that. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Let's move on from the Most Wanted 2 topic for a bit, if you want.
It could go on for days.
Yeah, it could like we could be talking hours
like,
about this.
To explore every like nook and cranny of this game, like we could be here all day. So at some point, it's like, all right, time to stop.
Yeah, because like, even though I think we discovered like 80 to 90% of the game at this point, we could still be talking hours and hours about it.
Yeah, because there's just so much that, like, you know, again, like, it is that, I saw a comment that said, like, this is, like, the Half-Life 2 beta of the Need for Speed franchise, and I'm like, that's a perfect, like, there's no other Need for Speed that I can think of that has seen, like, such a radical transition, like obviously Most Wanted, obviously a lot of the black box games had a lot of cut content, but nothing like this, where the game was completely overhauled. Or even to say completely overhauled is not true, because obviously it still uses the cars and the same map for the most part. Obviously they changed the map a ton over time, but just like, I guess like the presentation of it is like, it got the biggest presentation change. But yeah, we could be all day talking about the game.
Yeah. I told you I have another topic. It was like, shit, I forgot. I told you like half an hour ago.
The crew.
Oh, the crew. We can talk about the crew.
The crew 2, the crew Motorfest, the crew Unlimited,
Oh.
the crew 4 in Japan.
In Europe.
No, it's going to be set in Europe, and then they're going to have a Japan expansion. You heard it here first. Yeah. No.
Dude, I remember making jokes with Jake about like Forza Horizon 5 having like a Japan expansion. Even though it like geographically it makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense.
But yeah, like we were talking about the crew on the last podcast, and for context, this is not the first time we recorded this. Like we had recorded like an episode of the podcast, but it didn't record my mic. And like it was basically Josh speaking to himself for like an hour. So
that it was so cool. It was so cool. But you know, we're here now, and we're talking pretty much about the same stuff. So you didn't really miss out on anything. Maybe some slight things are different, but like, you know, we're here.
Even though it's like not technically the same stuff, it's the same topics, but we talk about different stuff about the topics. You know?
Oh yeah.
And like the crew 1, we were talking about the crew 1.
Yeah, and the fact that it's currently in the process in the Crew Unlimited server, the Discord server. They're currently working on bringing it back, and the progress has been pretty good. I would even say better than pretty good. It's been surprisingly quick. Like I really didn't think they would make this much progress bringing back the Crew 1, and you know, all I can say is I need the game. Like seeing it again, I'm like, I need this game back in my life.
Yeah, honestly. Like, even the fact, I don't know if this is true, but basically Ubisoft could have just pressed a button and make the game offline.
What I feel like that was like at first that was like the message, but like it's obviously way more complicated than that. I think the story behind that screenshot that has been like shared around everywhere is like I feel like that was like at some point in development that was going to be the case, but I think because of the fact that it doesn't work, obviously, you know, it was just it's just code, or like I can't really speak on it probably, obviously, because I don't know that side of it, but it basically like, you know, even though there is that screen that you can access, it doesn't work. So, you know, at some point they were going to do an offline kind of thing, but it fell through, and obviously now the game is currently lost media, but hopefully not for too much longer. So
No fucking way, it's lost media, man. Oh.
no way. I mean, technically it is. It technically is at the moment.
Yeah, like, we're at the verge of, like, I mean, not we are at the verge, but, like, they're at the verge of recovering the entire campaign mode, right?
Yeah, like they've done a bunch of they've done lots of good work.
Like, honestly, I thought it would take them, like, a couple of years to do that.
A couple years. I think it's all because of the people in there. Just before the game shut down, they collected a bunch of data from everyone to basically reconstruct the game, and it seems to have been, you know, going pretty smoothly. Obviously, they've had some roadblocks in the way because it is, you know, you are essentially rebuilding the game, at least like the network side of it. Again, I don't know all the nitty gritty details of it, but like, you know, I'm just summarizing it from what I've seen in the server. But yeah, they've done a lot of good work putting it back together.
Yeah, like, those guys have been doing a colossal work. Like, a titanic work.
Titanic, man, it's actually insane.
Yeah, and, like, I applaud them. They're doing a fantastic job from what I'm seeing.
And I feel like because of the Stop Killing Games movement, which, you know, the crew was basically like the centerpiece, even though the Stop Killing Games is not about the crew one, you know, that was kind of the game that kind of started. It was the game that was like, hey, you know, we can't let this happen to any other game, no matter what game it is. And just preserving, you know, online only games, or not even just online only, just like, just, you know, keeping games alive in general. But like, because of that, recently, I think it was maybe like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, and obviously this will come out at a later date, but basically in September, they announced that they're working on an offline mode for the Crew 2 and Motorfest, which I'm like, yay, but I'm also like, I know they're just trying to get away from not getting sued. Like, oh, it's a positive for the consumers, partially, but I would say it's kind of a negative because obviously they're the ones in control of the offline, and we don't know how they're gonna go about providing the offline mode. But like, you know, it's really a tricky situation because obviously it's a good thing for you know, us who, you know, we bought the game. You know, I hope I would be able to play it when it goes offline, but there is that kind of factor of like, what are you doing though? Like, how are you gonna go about doing this? So I think the Stop Killing Games movement, it still has to keep going, even though this is kind of a victory, but also not, because we need them to be held accountable in the fact that they don't go through with it. Because they're saying it, but we don't know if, you know, we don't know the extent of how they're going about it. So, you know, I hope, you know, it's done properly, but there's also the chance of like, they could easily go back on it because, you know, they are the ones, they own the game at the end of the day. Like, we just merely we merely just go on it and just hope that it works because it's tied to a server.
Dude, those are my exact same feelings with Need for Speed 2015.
Oh yeah, that's even scarier.
Yeah.
Like I almost don't want to think about that game going offline because I'm like, that so many memories, man, all the memories.
I don't want to sound like this is some sort of hyperbole, but that game was like a huge cultural shift.
It was, yeah.
It's like I didn't even play it for like almost a decade. I played it last year for the first time. But even though I wasn't in the community, I could see that it was a huge cultural shift on the racing game scene. It's a really special game, and
it needs to be preserved like at every cost. Like it needs to it just needs to be preserved. Like there's no question about it.
Like I love that game. Shit, my bad. My bad, bro. I love that game. But it's the handling that kills it for me. It's the prestige mode as well. It's like, oh man.
Prestige mode. I love the prestige mode, and like with the handling, like I think it's just because I've put so much time into it that I've, you just kind of learn to like it. But yeah, like from like an objective standpoint, or being as objective as possible, it is like very wonky, and like
you tell your car to go to the right and the car will like bounce and go to the left and then the right. Like it would do that.
Yeah, that stuff was it led to some very funny moments, but also a lot of rage.
Yeah, I don't like, as much as I love that game, I'm not touching it, the prestige mode again ever.
I nearly completed the prestige mode, but the last couple of events, I'm just like, how is this possible? I mean, obviously it is possible, because if you check trophies or achievements, you can see that there is a certain amount of people that have gotten it, but I'm just like, obviously I'm not good enough to get that, because it's actually just the most difficult thing on the planet.
Yeah, and like you have to get in the mode with the right mindset, you know? Like,
Yeah.
if you had a terrible day, you will have the pressure on top of your shoulders to be like, I have a shit day. This thing is the only thing that will make me happy a bit.
You don't go in there like you go in there when when you want a challenge.
Like, I'm a big baby and I like instant gratification, and that shit was like a test to my patience.
Well then, I have the perfect game for you.
Oh, what's it?
What's called just it's a little underground game called Forza Horizon 5.
Holy shit!
Actually, that's not fair, because there actually is some stuff to earn in that game, but it's the easy punching bag for like instant gratification. But like
I'm just looking at this game on Google and it's like 12 people played it. This is like an underrated gem.
Underrated gem. It's published by Microsoft? Who's that?
Who's that, bro?
Actually, I don't even know if it's Microsoft or Xbox Game Studio. One of those. Yeah, they made a box and they put an X on it or something.
Yeah, like Forza Horizon 5 was like overwhelming at one point, because you would press the map and there would be like 100,000 icons on the map.
Yeah, I have not played that game in like so long. If I went back on there now, like I would be overwhelmed with what to even start playing.
I would say that I'm taking a break from Forza Horizon until like next year, if they reveal a new game.
Yeah.
So I will go in with my mind completely fresh. Yeah?
The way you said it like a job. Like, I'm taking a break from Forza Horizon 5. I might come back next year. I'm not sure. It's like an entire life career.
Yeah, like, no, I'm taking a break. And like, what was the name of the guy who was the director of Forza Horizon?
Ralph Fulton?
Ralph Fulton?
Was that him?
There was another Ben Green? No, wait, no, that's the guy from the game.
Oh, no, what's good? That I think you think. Oh, wait, Dan Greenwald. That's Motorsport.
No, it was the guy that made his own studio, Maverick.
Oh, that guy. I don't remember his name.
Shit, I gotta look him up. Shit. Wait, hold on. It's this guy that looks kind of jolly. He looks happy all the time.
He looks jolly.
He was the creative director for Forza Horizon. I wonder what they're gonna do next. Like, the formula
I feel like
has been successful, but they have to change it up. They have to switch it up, or it's gonna get stale.
I feel like they. I mean, like
The funniest part is like they technically have been changing it up. It's just not been like the greatest. Not even that it wasn't great, but it was like not the most massive of changes that you would kind of expect and want. From a sequel, frequel.
Yeah.
Four quill, 5 quill.
5 quill.
You know,
Pentaquill.
5 quill, pentaquill. Like it's difficult to say if they would change it up, even if they went to Japan. Like it's become a meme, like a joke, the whole Japan thing. But it's like, even if they did go there, I don't think the game would be that different. Like, obviously it would be cool because obviously, yeah, we finally got Japan, but like it would probably share a lot of similarities with the last game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but if they did go for it though, and they changed things up, I would be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, even if they went to Mike Brown. That was the name of the guy, Mike Brown.
Yeah, he was in all of the live streams and stuff like that. I think it started with him on 4. Like, he was the one. I think he's always been there, but I think because at some point Ralph Fulton, he stepped down or he left. I'm not exactly sure, but he's been like the main guy, like you see on like the live streams and presentations and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm like intrigued on what they're cooking over there.
Yeah, like obviously the location's like the biggest thing, but like, I mean, like I don't know where else they would go. Like, go back to America, maybe. If they went back to America, that would actually be cool. I wouldn't mind them going back to America.
Yeah, same. Like, there's a lot of cool places. Like, San Fran to me would be like the perfect place for a racing game.
I guess the question would be like, what would a Forza Horizon festival? I say Forza. It's just called the Horizon Festival. What would the Horizon Festival look like if it was based in a city? I mean, I guess we technically saw that in 2 and 3, because 2 technically had a city. You could technically call it a city, but 3, like, that was like the only one. London is a city as well. I don't like a proper like
modern
I don't know
city.
what you call it, like metropolitan.
Yes.
Is that the word?
Like, just like the entire map being like this giant sprawling like city. Like, what would that look like?
That's intriguing. Like, I wonder what a Forza Horizon would be in Australia, bro. I wonder.
That would be kind of crazy, man. That would be kind of crazy.
But, like, I get what you mean. Like, for example, when they revealed Guanajuato, I thought that was gonna be like, oh, it's one of the many cities in the game.
Yeah. It's the only one.
It's like, I like that city. The thing is that it's old. It's an old town. You know?
It's very similar to like Horizon 2's city with
Nice.
I forgot the name of it, but yeah. Yeah, I think, was it? I'm not sure.
It was Nice or Montelino.
I still like that map. Yeah, one of those two. But yeah, I still like that map though. Like, I like the landscape, but I really just want like a really modern setting for the next game. Well, I've been wanting a modern setting since like 3, like that, like seeing Surfers Paradise. I'm like, now can we just take that and have like multiple of them? Like, that would be sick.
Nah, you're just biased, bro.
It's all about, yeah, man. I just can we just go back to Australia? Like, can we do that again?
Forza Horizon 3 too.
It would make sense. I mean, Horizon 3, Horizon 6.
Fuck! Yes! But like... Yes! But like... Dude,
That's the one!
Does like Surfer's Paradise really look like that?
I was there like 7 years ago. 5 years ago. No, 7 years ago. Yep.
Oh, how is it?
That was and it was pretty close. It was pretty close. They did a good job replicating it. But obviously, I don't live there. But from my memory, I'm like, this is Forza Horizon 3. Yeah, this looks like the game. Yeah. I can't believe they took inspiration from the game and actually built Surfer's Paradise in real life. That's crazy.
They built a city based on the game. No fucking way, bro.
It took them only a year to do it. Crazy.
Like, if you showed me a picture of those skyscrapers from like Surfer's Paradise, I would think it's Dubai or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, it definitely has that vibe. Yeah.
They look exotic, really exotic.
That was another location that people thought it was going to be for Horizon 5, and I'm like, if it was Dubai, that would have... No. Just sand.
It's sand, right?
Just sand, and then like a city.
Imagine the Forza Motorsport 7 Dubai, but like make it bigger. Like way bigger.
Yeah. Just endless deserts.
And like, some people say that, oh, a Forza Horizon game in Africa would suck. I'm like, dude, have you seen like the jungles, the deserts, the cities?
I feel like it would be very similar to like Horizon 5, I feel like.
There's like, dude, oh man, Mount Kilimanjaro. I would like, that's a huge ass mountain. Like, I could imagine dropping a car from there.
I think that's another thing. I want more. I mean, we have been getting more elevation in each game, but like, I want to reach like to the top of the map. I want to go to like the tippy top.
I wouldn't mind doing races like in skyscrapers like The Crew too, you know? Like, racing on the ground and then going through ramps and going on top of buildings. That shit would like be fire, actually.
It would be very Motorstorm Apocalypse. It would be very Apocalypse with those races on top of the buildings. Yeah, I think that's what we need. I think we need to go back and get a new Motorstorm.
Like, actually though, like that's what the racing genre needs. We have like the Gran Turismos, the Forza Motorsports, the Project Cars. It's dead. Like,
we just need a fun, destructive racing game. AAA. Or not even AAA, but like AAA would be nice, but obviously AA, 1A, anything.
Anything, bro. We have Breakfast 2 coming out.
Oh yeah, true, that is a game. That is coming out.
And it's gonna be crossplay, so that's gonna be crazy.
But yeah, I miss Motorstorm, man. I miss Motorstorm.
And same. I miss it a lot. Fuck, it's crazy to think that they worked in a Twisted Metal game and they cancelled it. I'm like, bro.
That was one franchise I don't think I got. I don't think I play. I think I might have played one. That was the only one on the PS3. I think that was the only one that I played.
Oh, you mean the reboot?
I was very confused. Yeah, I was very confused by the controls.
I can see that. Like, I played Twisted Metal 2. It was ass. Then I tried Twisted Metal Black. It was really good. Like, actually amazing.
Yeah, I need to play more.
Yeah, like, I really recommend you to play Twisted Metal Black. And if you need a new, like, vehicular combat game that can scratch that itch, Trail Out is the way to go.
It's funny you mentioned that game.
Really? How come?
Because I was looking at that game the other day. I'm like, yeah, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, dude, I would get it on a sale. Like, how much is it for you?
I would have to check.
$80.
Full price. Wait.
They're just chill like that?
Okay, so it's about like $40.
Ooh, damn, okay.
Which is about right. It's like, it's obviously it's not a AAA game. It's like in the middle, so obviously it's gonna be that $40 mark, which is like, that makes sense.
It's a lot to me. Let me see if I can give it to you.
Oh, that's still, yeah, no, even for me, it's still a lot. I'm like, yikes.
Let me see if I can buy it for you.
Don't buy it for me.
No, bro. I'm gonna give you every game in the store if you want.
Every single last one.
Wait, you have an Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, see in Microsoft Store.
Live on the podcast. I feel like
yeah.
We've forgotten that we're on a.
My credit card number? 226.
My social security number? Let me read that out right in front of you.
Right out loud.
Make sure my neighbors hear it.
Yeah, God. Dude, I'm feeling like really pretty generous. Oh my God, Test Drive Limited Solar Crown. Jesus.
That's one I eventually want to play at some point. Because I did enjoy parts of the closed beta it was. I forgot what they called it, but yeah. It's just like, I'm just gonna wait it out though.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna wait for a sale. Like, a 95% off sale kind of sale.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like that 99.9% off sale.
Yeah, it's gonna be like $1, and I'm gonna get it like, yeah, this is still way too much.
Yeah, I still wasted my money.
But like, the game doesn't look... I mean, it looks alright, you know? Like...
I think it's got potential.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing, it's got potential. Like, the blueprint is there.
Mm-hmm.
And what gets me the most, and I told this to a friend, is that they promised a shit ton of features. And then they're gonna add it, like, next year. Or, like, some shit
they're gonna
like
take
that.
all the time in the world to add all the features.
Like, real estate, casinos, bikes, all that.
Man, I can't wait to buy my house.
Nah, man, not my house!
My house!
But, like, dude, I wonder what they were doing all this time. From, like, 2021 to now.
I feel like it's been longer than that. I feel like the first time I heard about it was like 2017, maybe even 2016. I feel like it's been like I don't know when they started development, but I think the whole like the trademark goes back to like 2016, 2017. I could be wrong. Maybe it was 2018, but it goes back. It goes way back.
Yeah, I can tell. Holy shit. Yeah, maybe I will give this game a shot when it has all the content.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're just gonna have to wait.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna sit down and wait. I'm just gonna do my shit, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm gonna be like, oh, I remember this game. I'm gonna get it now.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember this game.
Yeah, but, like, I doubt it, because if we get GTA 6 next year, then holy shit.
Like, no other game is gonna matter when GTA 6 comes out.
Dude, even if you release it, like, 2 or 3 months before GTA 6 comes out, you're still gonna be overshadowed.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get it when it comes out?
Oh wait, it's not. Yeah, they take forever with PC releases. I would have to get a next gen console, which I don't even know if I will be able to get one, but I will eventually play it. But yeah, I'll probably be like a lot of people. I'll probably just watch videos of people playing
it.
Dude, that was me for like a decade. I swear to God.
Hey man,
what's cool? You eventually get around to playing it. I'll eventually get around to playing it.
Dude, GTA 5 came out in 2013 and I got to play it in like 2018. So hey, it's not too late, you know?
And then I feel like wasn't 2018 when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out? That one I haven't even played either.
I think that's like the best game I've ever played in my life, honestly.
All time.
Of all time. Like, no cap.
I really want to play the first one, though. I want to play the first one before I play the second.
Yeah, like, do you have the second one on PC? Or, like, you're planning to get it on PC?
No.
Oh.
Maybe, but I want to play the first one before I play the second.
Got bad news for you, bro. It's not on PC. The first one's not on PC.
Oh, no, what's like on console?
Oh, gotcha. Like, dude, I've been looking at rumors that...
They never...
Like, oh, they're porting Red Dead Redemption 1 to PC. And I'm like...
I feel like they've been saying this for years. It's like, it's...
yeah, I doubt it. Maybe one day, but not now.
It's like when I keep on hearing about Midnight Club coming back, it's like, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
Dude, remember, like, the mobile phone thingy Midnight Club thingy leak? That made no sense. Like, remember the leak?
What, the mobile game?
Yeah, the mobile game.
I don't remember the mobile game. I'm not sure. I don't even remember that.
It's like, if Midnight Club came back in a form of a mobile game, it would be like a Like the result of a monkey's paw, you know?
Oh my gosh. I feel like that was what people thought was gonna happen with Need for Speed after Rivals because of all the sales and reviews. Actually, the reviews were pretty positive, but in terms of the community, obviously at that time, a lot of people were like, "This is trash. Like, what are you doing?"
It's a community, you know?
But like, people really, I say people, it was mainly from Theo. Like, he brought up the idea of like, what if after this, they just become a mobile game, and I'm like, if that would have happened, that would have been the saddest timeline. Like Need for Speed just becoming like just like the only game that came out after Rivals, No Limit, and then nothing else.
Oh my god. Or they, like, even worse, they pull a Silent Hill and they do pachinko machines after that.
Pachinko machines.
Yeah, I'm like, for now, we're in a good timeline with Need for Speed.
Yeah, it's a mostly good timeline, yeah.
But yeah, we can talk about this in another episode about Need for Speed.
Yeah.
I think we went over the, wow, we're nearly at an hour.
Holy shit, this is a nice.
We were, I remember like the last one we did 30 minutes, and, yeah, we just kind of kept yapping.
But hey, that's what podcasts are about. You know, yapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right under podcast it says yapping.
The Fast Lane Yapping Cast. That would have been a better name.
Yapping Kaz. Yeah, I think we're gonna rebrand now.
Yeah, we're gonna rebrand it. But want to move to the last topic? Now that I remember.
What is the last topic? Oh, music. Yes.
Yeah, your favorite albums. Like, what would you say are your favorite albums or your favorite artists?
Queens of the Stone Age. That's a good one.
Agreed. Holy shit, agreed.
Like, I would say most of their albums, if not all of them, even though I don't listen to a lot of the newer stuff, I would still say it's like solid music. But like from like their first album to like, what is it? Like Clockwork. That's like that's a solid run of albums right there.
Yeah, I love how you didn't say Villains.
There's some stuff from Villains, but like I don't go back to that one as much. Even though I do find it funny how goofy it sounds.
Dude, like the guitars are like it's a feel good album with a dark undertone in it. But like I never like listened to the self-titled album. I have to listen to it.
Dude, self-titled's like I love a good debut album, and that's definitely up there. Even though it's very rough, but it's good.
Don't worry, I like rough rock, you know?
I like that rough.
This ain't your granny's rock.
This ain't your
But like, I was gonna say that, like, I think like Clockwork is their best work to date. Like, that is an amazing and beautiful and haunting album. And the backstory, if it is true, then it's dark as fuck. Like, yeah, no, like, I died, then came back to life, then made this album. No big deal.
Yeah, I think, I remember hearing about that. I think it's from that. Obviously, it's public information, I'm pretty sure, but like the Mill 8 video where he talked about it, I was like, whoa, I did not know about that.
Yeah, that guy makes amazing videos.
Yeah, easily. Like, every time he comes out with a video, even if it's about music or an artist that I don't know, I still watch it.
Yeah.
Just because the presentation is so good.
And, like, I was gonna mention that the newest album has a tragic background as well. Like, the divorce, the custody.
I don't know how much of it leans into the record, but I imagine it probably does. I haven't listened to it as much since I first listened to it, but I still think it's really good.
Dude, it leans a lot into that. There's like 3 diss tracks. Like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. He says that.
Even know.
Wait, I must have not. I think I might have to go back now because I don't remember that.
No, it doesn't happen. That he doesn't say that, bro. But like,
I actually believe you. I'm like, where does he say that? I'm like, what?
It just has a breakdown. Fuck you, fucking, fuck you.
That would have been like the wildest Queens. Actually,
that's like
yeah,
the hidden
that
track.
Like,
Like, you hear guitars just strolling and then like a minute
Yeah.
passes in silence, and then "fuck you."
Yes.
Like, didn't they have something like that in like Songs for the Deaf?
Yeah, I think it's like after the final track, there's like some like empty space, and then there's like this like alternate version of Feel Good Hit of the Summer where it's like instead of like them singing the lyrics, they're like laughing it.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like in the same like it's in the same rhythm, but like instead of saying the words, they're just laughing. They're going ha 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 ha.
It's like it's actually like
I remember that.
that is like
Yeah, like when you were saying like the diss track thing, that's immediately what I thought of. I'm like, is it like that ending to Songs for the Deaf?
Like, the final song lasts like 9 minutes, and it's like Straight Jacket Fitting, it's called.
Yeah.
It's the song, you know, like straight jacket fitting, we're too tight, da da da. And it goes, like, it finishes, then it goes silent, and then they play Paper Machete in a guitar for like a minute and something, and then it ends, basically.
Wow. Yeah, I need to listen to that album again because I did like it, but I feel like I just like the other albums more, and there's more attachment to them,
Yeah.
and so I think like it's obviously still good. The same thing. It's the same thing with Villains, but yeah.
And, like, they say they're working on the next album now. So I'm like,
already.
yeah, holy shit. Like, they usually release albums in like a 5 to 6 year period, you know?
Yeah, I feel like they only got into that because of like Clockwork. Actually, it started technically with Era Vulgaris because that was 6 years between that and like Clockwork, and then Villains that was like 4 years, and then how long? Wait, when was In Times New Roman? Was that 2023?
Yeah, it was last year.
Okay, it was last year. Yeah, that was that was like 7. When they're not 7, 6 years.
6
Yeah,
years.
that was like even like a bigger time period, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I can imagine the album coming out like next year or the year after, probably.
No, bro, it's like that's wishful thinking. Like this guy's gonna release it in like 2026 or 7,
Yeah, that's in like 2 years, 3 years.
unless. Oh my god, something just popped in my head.
What?
Dave Grohl.
Oh no, not the drama, not the drama with Dave Grohl.
We're not gonna talk about it, but it's like,
No,
man, holy shit.
I still love the first album. That's probably the only album from them that I think is like solid from front to back.
Wasn't like the one with the pistol on the cover?
Yeah, the ray gun, the Call of Duty ray gun. That's all I can think of when I see that. I'm like, oh look, it's Call of Duty Black Ops ray gun. But yeah, trying to think. I think that's again, music is another topic which that could be another podcast. We'll make a new podcast just talking about music.
Yeah, the music podcast, like,
The music podcast for each topic. Like this one's about racing games. This one's about music. This one's for cooking. Get your recipes here. We're gonna have a cooking podcast.
we're gonna do like 25 podcasts.
It's gonna be a whole business empire. We're gonna get Spotify deals. Gonna sign some deals with Spotify and
We on the grind.
Apple on the ground.
Dude, but like, I don't get that. Like, for example, Meat Canyon, you know that guy, right? The animator?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
He has
With
like 2
those
podcasts.
horrific animations. Really, I don't think I've ever listened to his podcast.
Yeah, he had like Cream Crew, then another one, which I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it's crazy. How can you do like 2 podcasts? Then Hack Tua. No, Talk Tua.
Oh no! Talk to her.
No fucking
Talk
way.
to her.
Dude, we gotta have a talk to a. We gotta have a talk to a listening party.
Oh my god. Oh my god. After I hop off, I'm gonna listen to Hawk Tua. No, Talk Tua. I'm gonna listen to it. But yeah, I think this is like the perfect place to end the podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this has been like a really fun first episode. Not gonna lie, it's been more than an hour.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, I would say this is better than the first time.
yeah, honestly, this is way better.
No
Okay.
cap. No cap, as they would say.
Yeah, I can't believe there's Fastlane Podcast Lost Media now. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and let's add that to the iceberg. Along with there's a couple Leech Crew episodes that are also lost media. So
No fucking way.
gets added to the iceberg.
By the way, Leech Crew was the first podcast.
That you were on.
Yeah, I was on it.
Yeah.
I was just muted. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this episode. There are a lot more episodes planned in the future. Yeah, this has been an epic podcast. So,
Very.
here's Josh. Want to plug something in before we leave?
You can subscribe if you want. You can check out my channel if you want. It's there.
Yeah, you go subscribe to Josh. Like, ever since I uploaded that video, you got like a couple more subscribers, and you're about to reach like 400, which is crazy.
Honestly, like it's kind of crazy because like I haven't uploaded anything in like a year, but I appreciate it. Yeah, maybe I'll have something out soon. Maybe
You will. You will.
I will. But no, what's called the? I have actually. I will. Not. It's not a plug, but what's called. I have to thank Facu for having me on the Most Wanted video. I appreciate it.
No biggie. It's like I couldn't have chosen anyone better to do the video with. No glaze.
No
No glaze.
glaze off. Glaze off. Oh my god.
But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. See y'all.
Bye bye.